little bit of 1 minute introduction of me. So my name is Indira Bandari. Some of you may know me, some of you may not know me. I am a data platform and AI MVP. This slide needs to get updated. And usually what I do is I run classes for adults for 6 weeks in a detailed way. So I don't get into too much theory. I just want to focus on the practical part of it. And it's usually people run it as a dashboard in a day. And I know that we can't complete the entire lab in one day for you to get a good understanding of what Power BI is. So that is the reason I run it for 6 weeks, taking 1 hour per week, and I give you a week to understand and digest what we have discussed in this class, so that the next class can be more meaningful for you. So that is the reason I run it like that. And this one, we three of us are here. Medha is there, and I will be there. She will be helping with some questions. If somebody needs some help, she can take the person um, to the um, to a breakout room and then help. And also there is Tanuja, who is also helping in this particular initiative. And another person reached out to me on LinkedIn, looking at the initiative that I have taken, and she wants to share the best practices as to how after learning what Power BI is, she can share the best practices of what you need to do for visualizations. I'm trying to schedule that at the end of the classes, maybe in the 6th week, 5th week, or 6th week, when you get a good idea of what Power BI is. So um, that's the motive. And I have been teaching kids and adults um, in what do you call in I think from 2016 I've been teaching kids. 2020 I've been started teaching adults. First I started with Excel classes. Then I thought Power BI would be a good way to start teaching adults as well, because I found a lot of people who want to change careers or who want to enter into IT field, and then I thought that joining as a data analyst would be a good way to enter IT. So that is the reason I started these classes. And today the agenda for these Power BI classes will be, today will be the introduction to Power BI, and then we will start with lab 1. There is a lab 0 as well. I'm going to share the link with you for these labs, so that you can download and then you can do it in your own pace as well. And yeah, the lab 2, lab 3, lab 4 will continue as and how we proceed in these classes. So that is the agenda of the class. And what we will do is we will build something like this by the end of the classes. So what we do is we have some kind of sales data analysis data that we are going to use in Excel or CSV file format, and that we are going to use and then build something of this sort that you are seeing here. So that is the main goal of this class. So to build something like something that you are seeing on the screen now. Now, before I proceed, any questions so far? I can't see the chat, so I'm just trying to, yeah.
No, all good.
All good. If you have any questions, somebody calling. Somebody needs a link, I think. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just send the link to them. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so okay, let's continue. Before that, I just want to know a bit about this group who all have joined. How many of you already have worked with Power BI, and how many of you um, know what Power BI is? Just a thumbs up, or maybe in the chat you can say yes, and also yeah, raise your hand also, no problem. And um, raise your hand, thumbs up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, fair amount of you know what Power BI is, a basic knowledge. Okay, Sirisha, no idea. Okay, there is a mixed bag. Okay, okay, good. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Okay, now let's continue. Hopefully, all those who know Power BI will get something out of it, and those who don't know Power BI will also learn quite a lot as to what Power BI is and how to work with that, how you can work with that. And you can lower your hands unless you have any questions. Mansi, Shanti, and Sabas. Okay, yeah. Mansi, do you have a question? Shanti, I know you have a basic knowledge of Power BI. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Okay, now let's continue with my PowerPoint. Okay, now I'll just give you a brief overview of what Power BI is. Before that, can somebody answer? You all have mentioned, I think more than 15 people have mentioned that you know what Power BI is. So you can either unmute and talk about it, or you can type in the chat what Power BI is, what you understand what Power BI is. You can unmute and talk as well. Feel free to answer. Data visualization tool, yes, Priti, very good. What else? Dashboard visualization, yes.
So I guess
Bus,
Power
It's
BI
like
provides
easy to
a lot of.
understand.
yeah. Is it who? Yeah,
Turning data into easy to understand visuals.
yeah. Yes, Prithvi, yes, that's good. Ahuja, you were saying something?
I guess it provides a lot of connector where we can bring the data from multiple sources and we can analyze it interactively.
Yes.
And it's far better than Excel sheet. So in terms of that, presenting the reports and the interactivity is comparatively far better than
Yes,
Excel
yeah,
sheet.
okay.
So that's it.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's good.
Excel on steroids.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've heard that phrase earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, Solai, yes, data reporting tool, yes, and Chinta Sadhika tool used to perform the analysis and create the dashboards. Yes, all of you are really uh, correct in whatever you have been mentioning. Data and analytics and visualization tool, Kanchana, very good. Okay, let's see what I have here. So here, main thing is if you use Power BI in your day to day in your organization, it's a mainly it drives the data culture for everyone and every decision. So if you have data all over the place, currently if you don't have any reporting or data visualization tool, you will have data in various places, right? So you have your finance department using finance applications to store data. Your HR department will be storing data in HR applications, right? And then the ERP will be storing ERP in the ERP system, and then customer service will be storing in their CRM databases, right? So the data is all over the place. And if you want to get some kind of a analysis of the data that you have, and if you want to combine these data and the data from different sources, you need some kind of a tool to combine that. So that's where you will get Power BI, where it gets data from various sources, and then you can create interactive data experiences, where you create good reports, and it will show you the trend. And you can also, main reason for using Power BI uh, is to have a sense of one source of truth. So for example, you have customer data in your ERP system, in your HR system, you have in your finance system, and customer means different for all these audiences, right? So to create a customer entity, that means uh, one thing for all the organization. That's what Power BI will help you do that. So that make you it'll give you the one source of truth data. So that's one of the advantages of having Power BI. And based on the reports, the data experiences and reports that you do using Power BI, because what you do in your reports, you try to answer some questions, right? So when you try to answer the questions using the data and create some reports, so those reports will be used for by the decision makers, senior leaders. They will look at the reports, and then they will try and make some decisions based on the data that you share, that you the reports that you develop. So that is those are used for decision making as well. So you need to make sure that your data modeling that you do is trustworthy and also secure. You should not, because it is involving data, you should make sure that you create trustworthy and secure data, so that it doesn't what do you call the data doesn't get leaked as well. So you need to be secure in your in creating the data reporting as well, the reports that you create. So that is what is Power BI is. And Power BI reports can be created using what is called a Power BI desktop tool, or using what is called a Power BI service. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to download the Power BI desktop. I have sent you a link to download. Most of you, I'm expecting that you have downloaded, but if anyone did not download, I will help you download in this session as well. So that is a downloadable version, so which is free. So you can create how many ever reports you want, you can create. That is all free. But when you want to share with your organization or with somebody else in your team, that's when you will need a license called a Power BI Pro license, because you will be uploading that into what is called a cloud version of Power BI, which is called the Power BI service. And once you upload that, then the people viewing it also need some kind of a license. So that is where you need to pay. But when you are developing the reports, you don't need to pay. So you just need to use the Power BI desktop version. So that's what we are going to use today, because it's a free version. Any questions? No, I'm not able to see in the chat. Best way. No, okay. Okay, that's good. Then now we can go to it is my sharing. Okay. We can go to the link that where you can from where you can download Power BI. So I will just copy this link as well into the chat. Everyone can see chat, right?
Yes.
I will paste the link. How many of you, first of all, how many of you have downloaded Power BI desktop? You have downloaded Prithvi, Chin, yes, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do. How many of you have not downloaded? That's where I think it's easy. The link. Oh, Sirisha, Mac is you might have to use Power BI service. Mac is problematic. I don't think you have a downloadable version for Mac. I pasted the link, Priyanka. So just Shruti, you need help in downloading Kanchana. So you use this link that I have pasted. No, the Power BI desktop link. I have pasted it here. Yes, Padmini, you can use your Uni account because you don't need to sign in. You don't need any Uni link. Do you need to sign in? But if you want to sign in, yeah, you can use that. If anyone is having issues, then let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to wait for you to confirm that you have downloaded and installed. Anchana, Shruti, I'm waiting, and Priyanka. And also Padmini. Already downloaded Kanchana, very good. Okay, installed. Okay, Kanchana has installed. Padmini, Priyanka. Okay, so everyone installed. Who did not install? Okay, so everyone installed. I'm taking. Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now I will also share this link to the drive for the materials. Okay, and while I talk, you can download that. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so download this link. Kanchana, do you have a question? Your hand is raised. That's why I'm asking. Okay, I think my PowerPoint slide is done now. So I'll stop sharing. Okay. Now everyone has installed, right? So now what you need to do is try to open the okay, I'll share my link to the Power BI classes. Okay. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to download everything. So download it as a zip. If you download this, the link that I sent you, you will be able to download it as a zip file. Maybe I will try and download it from another. Okay, so if I download it here, see, I'm going, okay, I'm not sharing that. Share. I'll just start sharing the whole screen. See, this is what you are seeing, right? So what you do is just click on the 2025 and then download. I will also download. Has everyone downloaded?
Yeah.
Indu,
Yeah.
where did you share this?
I shared it in the chat. Can you see the chat?
Oh, hold on. Yep.
Okay, didn't get the link to the download, Rohan. I'm just sharing it again. Yeah, that's the link to the downloading the materials. And okay, so what is blocked? Not able to download from anyone having problems to download apart from Ahuja? I think your proxy or something is blocking you, Ahuja, to download.
There are two files, Lab 0 and Lab 2, right, Indu?
Lab 1. Did I upload Lab 1 or Lab 2? Just give me 1 minute. Let me check. Oh, Lab 2. Yeah, I'll upload Lab 1 as well. Hold on. Because we are going to work on Lab 1 today.
Okay.
Here. Yeah, all those who have downloaded the zip file, just download the Lab 1 as well. So for that, you just go to Lab 1 and then go to the ... and then download just the Lab 1 because you don't need to zip it again. Anyone having issues, please let me know. For my email, Padmini, I won't send you I didn't send you an email. I sent a Drive link in the chat. Can you see the chat? For your email. No. Did you get it? Padmini, did you? So I'm sharing my screen, right? So in the screen, the link that I sent you will open this. And from here, you download it and then it will download as a zip file. Did I download? Yeah, see, it will download as this file. Open class, this one. Okay, who all did not are not able to download yet? Attach in Teams. Data is too big for me to attach. That is the reason I have upload on Git. Okay.
Indu, one question. On the file, when we are looking, there's a lab 0, lab 1, lab 2. I tried to download a lab 1 as well as lab 2 because when I clicked on the lab 1, the file after downloaded, it's showing as a lab 2 on the heading. So I thought might be I did the wrong one. I checked the lab 2. That is also showing lab 2. So something is wrong in the file, I think. Mine is showing as a lab 2 for both.
Let me download from this is the actual one. I'll download from here. I'll just refresh this one.
Okay, great.
Yeah, refresh, and then now if you go, you will see lab 1. You just need to download lab 1. I'm downloading it. Let's see. Yeah, so when I download it, it has just opened. It is showing lab 1. Is it okay, Jyoti?
Yes, it is a lab 1 now. Right.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so I just want to know, Ahuja, I will try and upload it to Git and then send it to you. So unfortunately, you may, if you want to use data, then at that stage we will see. So maybe I can add the lab 0 file. Let's see if you need lab 0, but lab 1 I will attach it here if I can. Okay, so let's proceed and open the lab 1. Yeah, open the lab 0 first. I'll open the lab 0. Just go through the prerequisites and download, which most of us have done, but I just want to go through. So if I go into the lab prerequisites, you must be connected to the internet. You must have Office installed. No, all these are, it's okay. Oh, you have this, whoever, I think Sridevi, right? Sridevi wanted to install, oh, this is mobile app. No, don't want mobile app. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Okay. Now okay, so here it is explaining the document structure, like how I have said, we will be using the Power BI desktop to develop it. And if you want to share with somebody in your organization the reports that you do at work, that's where you will use the Power BI service. In this course, we will not be using Power BI service to upload our reports because we don't need it, because we are not going to share what we have done. So we are just going to use Power BI desktop here. But if you want to share the reports that you have developed with somebody in your organization, just remember that you need to upload that into what is called a Power BI service. The labs include steps for the user to follow along, and then this is what we are going to create. Sorry. Lab 1 through lab 5, and this is what we are going to create, which already I have shown it in the slide that I have indicated. So that's that's lab 0. Any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, I'm going to proceed to lab 1. Okay, so if I start with lab 1, All of you also, I suggest you to open lab 1, please. And then let us start doing the lab 1. So now, first one is by the end of this lab, so lab 1, you will have learned how to load data from Microsoft Excel and CSV sources, because we will be having those sources. And then how to manipulate the data to prepare it for reporting, and how to prepare the tables in Power Query and load them into the model. You may not be understanding what Power Query is, but I'm going to explain it to you. So now the thing is, Power BI Desktop, first of all, the lab mentions you that you need to access some data using get data. But before going and doing that, first let us explore what our data looks like. So for that, go into your data section, into your data folder. Everyone can access data folder, right? So you see these ones: international sales, theme, US sales, and background.jpg, play access, and then you see some of the Van Asdell logo. Just look at the get into the US sales. If you go into the US sales folder, you see two types of files. One is BI dimensions and one is sales.csv. This is a very big file. If you open it, don't save it. So, and this is a CSV file. What is a CSV file? Can anyone tell me?
It's a comma separated
Separated
value.
file.
Yeah, comma separated file. What can we use it to open? What are the tools that we can use it to open?
Excel. Cell.
Excel,
Notepad.
Notepad
Yeah,
as well.
Power BI. Power BI.
Power BI, you using get data. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
So let us open the CSV file, sales CSV file. You all don't open. I will open just to show you what is in there, because I don't want you to save it. If you save it, then it's going to become a problem for you to import it. So I'm just opening, and it says this data set is too large for the Excel grid. If you save this workbook, you will lose data. So I'll just say this, open this, and I say don't convert. When you open a CSV file into what do you call, into Excel file, what happens is all the commas will be wherever there is comma, that will create one particular column. So here product ID is one column, date is another column, zip is US, you have zip codes, right? Zip is another column, units is another column, and then the revenue is another column. So it is giving you the sales values by product and by date and by zip, and what are the units purchased and what is the revenue. Okay, so that's the kind of data we have in sales.csv. And I'm close. If you have opened it, just close it and say don't save, so that it's just stays the same. Okay, so now that is the US, that is the sales file. If we open the BI dimensions file, so if I open the BI dimensions file, it will open in Excel, because that's an Excel file. And here you have 176,934 records, and you have these control home. You have these columns: zip, state, city, state, region, district, and country. And country will be mostly USA, because that's in the USA folder. Okay, so just, and then you have 3 sheets. That is the geo dimension, that is the geography dimension. Manufacturer is the has just I think one row for, so these are the manufacturers and the manufacturer IDs. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are how many? Victoria. So 14 manufacturers are there. So and then this link is their logo link, how that logo looks like. So this is the just the hyperlink. So the in the screenshot that we saw this Van Arsdale as the manufacturer. So that is the manufacturer view we have seen. So this is the list of suppliers and manufacturers. And then you have a product dimension where you have the product ID, product name, what is the category, and manufacturer ID, and then price of each of the product. Okay, so that's the column and dimension table sort of idea. This is just to give you the dimension ideas. Okay, before we go further, I just want to understand how many of you know what a dimension is. What is a dimension? Any of you, if you know, you can answer me.
Field.
Field? What do you mean by field?
A column.
Basically, there are two types of
Column
tables
of
we deal with when we deal with the data analytics. One is fact table, one is the dim table, which we call dimensions. So it's more about the metadata. So it tells about,
Okay.
like, for example, maybe customer details we are, noting down separately, and customer transaction we are noting down separately. So
Yes.
customer details may become the dimensions, and customer transactions over the due course of time, that will become the fact table.
Okay. Okay, that's a very good brief explanation, Ahuja. So now let's I didn't plan to do this, but let's do this. Okay. So you have a sales, let's see whether we can use international sales. Okay, let's see international sales. Okay, you have, let's say Australia. Okay, I'm just opening Australia. Yeah, I think it can open without errors. And I won't save it, but I just want to explain what a fact and a dimension is for other people. Okay, this also is too large, so I'm just going to close that. And let's open Germany. I want you to, for data analytics, you need to know what a fact or measures is and what a dimension is. So that is the reason I'm just going to basics. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, right? So in this, you have two types of data. One is called as a measure or a fact. Fact, what is a fact? You are doing sales transactions. So I come to the store and then I buy some product and then I pay some money and then leave. Okay. So I, as a customer, so I am a customer. So that is, you need to remember that I am a customer. Indira is a customer. And then I'm buying a product. So product is another thing that we need to remember. And also I'm buying on this particular date. So date is another one. And I'm coming from New Zealand. That's another country. You can have a zip code as well for that. And I'm buying, let's say, 3 pens from the store. I went to Kmart and bought 3 pens. So what are the units at that time? Units will be 3 because I bought 3 pens, right? 3 pens, yeah. And product is pen, right? So now I'm just going to say a basic statement which is mostly true. A measure or a fact is integers. So integers means numbers. That is something related to a number. And a dimension is all your non-numeric values. So here if you see in this data, revenue, I have paid you money. So the shopkeeper will get the revenue, right? So that revenue, based on the statements that I made for dimension and fact is something numeric, and something that is non-numeric is a dimension. So now I want you to tell me, Ahuja, please don't answer. I want you to tell me what is the fact or measure in this table.
Revenue and units.
Revenue, yeah, revenue and units. Very good. Because those are numbers. What about zip? Zip is also a number, right?
It's a number, but it's a constant. We are not going to do any calculations using it.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, zip is a number. That is even though it is a number, because we can't use it in calculations. Very good, Nirja. So you have, we can't take all numerics as facts, and dimensions are non-numeric. So what are our dimensions? How many dimensions do we have here?
Product ID, date, zip, country.
Zip, country. Sometimes what you can do is you can club zip and country also in one dimension, in one related dimension. So you will have a date dimension, you will have a product dimension, and you will have a country dimension. Okay. Okay, the way we identify dimensions is, for example, in your organization you are trying to analyze some kind of data. You don't need to always analyze sales data. You can have some other data like river data or whatever other data that you have. So you are going to analyze based on some questions that you have on that data. So when you have those questions, so for example, your manager asks you to identify what is the revenue by country, or what is the revenue by product, or what is the revenue by year. So see, the questions that the question framing is, what is the revenue? What is the revenue? What means the actual fact or the numeric number, followed by a keyword called by country, by product, by date. So whatever comes after by, most of the times that will be the dimension. And what is mostly the fact or revenue. I don't know whether you are understanding or not. Everyone understood? You can ask questions. Nothing will be wrong in asking questions. So you can ask questions. I'm just using the way I explain kids. So if you have questions, please do ask. No questions? Everyone understand what a fact or a dimension is? Feel free to ask. Yes, I'm expecting some questions. No questions? Okay, that's good. Okay, so that's the fact and revenue, fact and dimension that we need to remember. Okay, now I'm going to close this one. So most of the time, the data is something similar. All the CSV files have product ID, date, zip, units, revenue, and country. So let's close that. Don't save it. And yeah, okay. So now we have seen what how a data looks like. So if you don't want to open, if you don't have Excel in your laptop, what you can do is you can open with, and then you can open with Notepad. If you open with Notepad, see how it's a comma separated file. So after each value there is a comma. After the date there is a comma. After the zip there is a comma. Units there is a comma. So that's how a comma separated file looks. Okay, so now I'll just close this one, and let's start the lab 1. Okay, so if you go into lab 1, First of all, you have to open your Power BI desktop. I don't know whether I have opened. I have it opened. So in order to open Power BI desktop after installation, you just search for Power BI and then click on the Power BI desktop. I have already clicked on it, I think. So I'll just, yeah. So once you open Power BI, it looks something like this. If it asks you to sign in, don't sign in. Just close the sign in dialog. Has everyone opened Power BI desktop?
Yes.
Measure or fact? Yes, that's right. You can call fact or measure. It's the same, okay? Is age fact? Age will be a dimension. It's not so much a dimension. It's like a attribute of a dimension. So for example, if you have, let's say, if you have an employee table, age can be an attribute of the employee. It need not be a separate dimension. Sabas. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now, okay, all of you have opened it, right? Okay. Now let's go and start the instructions. Let's go and start the instructions. Lab 1. Okay, accessing data. So you can access using get data. You don't need to sign in. Yeah, you don't need to do that because I think you are. Okay, so now let's try and load the sales data that we have seen, sales.csv, in the USA folder. So for that, what you need to do is click on this get data here and click on the text CSV because our file is which format?
CSV.
CSV format. So click on that. I'm also clicking on it. And then go to your downloads wherever you have downloaded. You have, I am expecting that you have extracted the file. I'm just going to go into my data folder, go into the data folder and then go into US sales folder and then click on the sales. Any questions? Jyoti?
No. I'm at the extract table or load transformer data, so I'm up to there. So that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here, this is what you get. Everyone in here? Anyone who is not here?
Yeah, we are here.
Okay. So now let me check the chat. Okay, that's good. Okay. So now you click on transform data. Instead of loading, you click on transform data. Why did it not load? Okay, there was no country, I think. That's why. Okay. So everyone clicked on transform data?
Yep.
Now, what do you see in this screen? What do you see in this screen? What do you see in this screen? Meaning, you have two windows, right? See, if I click on this, you are able to see my entire screen, right? I just want to check.
Yes.
Yes.
So if I click on this Power BI icon, I can see Power BI desktop and there is another window, right? What does this say?
Power Query Editor.
Yeah, this is Power Query Editor, which is a little bit separate where you can transform all your data before loading into Power BI desktop. So that's why it is called Power Query Editor. And Power Query Editor has its own features. I'll just briefly go through each of these menu items so that you understand what each of the things, what kind of transformations you can do. So if you look at the Power Query Editor, you have a home screen. I'll explain you the close and apply later on. You can, if you want, you have imported from one source. If you want to add another source, for example, if you want to add the BI dimension, then you can use this new source. If you want to use recent sources and then get other tables, then you can use this particular button. If you want to enter data fresh, data entry, you can use that, enter data. And if you want to change the data source settings, for now we are doing it from the folder, so it's already using that folder. And if you want to, there are something called parameters. So for example, you want to dynamically change your let's say you are importing data from your database, and if you want to change dynamically your source data source, then you don't need to come into the file and do it. You can create parameters for that, and then you can change the data sources. That is what this is a bit intermediate level of usage of the Power BI desktop. So I'm just mentioning you dynamically, if you want to change something, then you can use parameters. And if you want to refresh preview, this is what you can use. So for example, if you change something in your sales .csv file after importing, then you can refresh preview. For example, if you added a new column, if you want that to reflect here, then if you just refresh preview, then you will see that. And if you want to see the properties of the query, then you can see this is the name, and then you can write some description if you want, and then you can change these parameters as well, including report, refresh and things like that. And advanced editor is something that if you know the language, you can use that. I'm not going to go into that now at this stage because it might confuse you. And if you want to choose columns and do something with it, you can choose that. If you want to remove columns, you can do that. So for example, if you want to choose columns or go to column, if you have, let's say 300 columns that you are importing, then you can go to that column. Otherwise, you can choose columns. If you do the choose columns, it will give you all the list of columns, and then you can choose the columns from there. If you want to remove columns, for example, if you do this and you want to remove column, you can just remove that column, or you can just keep that column and remove other columns. That also you can do. And also reduce rows. You can add filters. Yeah, Jyoti. No, okay. Now, and also if you want to split a column, we will be doing all these ones you do in the labs. I'm just explaining you a little bit. And these are AI insights, and these are data types that you can choose as well. We will be doing all this in the labs. So I'm just going to stop there for the home tab. There is a transform tab where you can transpose, reverse rows, count rows, and things like that, which we will also be doing. And then you can add, you will be able to add columns as well in one of the labs. So you can do that. And view, so formula bar is this bar, and you can click on column distribution, column profile. For that, you need to select a column, I think. So column profile is this, and then show white space. All these are there. And then you have other tools if you have something. Yeah, so we don't need to go into that. So that's the what do you call a brief overview of the Power Query Editor. Now, whatever actions that you take, each of the action gets recorded as applied steps. For example, if I'm just removing this units. You thought that I don't need units and I have removed. So it has recorded as removed columns. And usually you have undo changes, right? I don't want to remove it again. Here the Control Z or undo doesn't work here. How you can undo is you can just delete this applied step and then you will go back to that. So you can delete steps and then you can you can undo those. So those applied steps. Okay, so enough of Power Query Editor. Let's go back to our lab 1. So now we have got the test data. We have load transform data. We have clicked on the transform data, and then we have I have explained you the applied steps. I have explained you the name of the file. Now what we are doing is we are trying to notice that Power BI has set the zip column as 123. So that is the whole number. So now we will change that to, because that's not a number, that will be just a text, because remember Neerja said that zip cannot be a dimension. Okay, so let's do that. So let's go into our Power BI session, Power Query session, and then change the data type of zip file, zip column into a text. You can either do this, go to the data type at the top and then click on the drop down and then do text, or right click on this and then change the data type to, where is the data type? Yeah, change type to text, or you can click on 1, 2, 3 here. There are 3 ways. So you can click on that and then change it to text. And then it's going to ask replace current or add a new step. I'm going to add a new step, because because you can also replace the current step. You can do that as well. So everyone with me, hopefully. Looks like there are a couple of questions.
What is the better approach? Shall we keep adding the new steps, or shall we, like, how shall we do?
You can, it will automatically add new steps, so don't worry about it. Sirisha, what's your question? Yeah.
When you were loading the file, CSV file, it shows the data truncated. So is there any row limit that it can take?
When I was loading into Power BI?
Yeah.
Into Power BI. Did it say when I was doing it? Let's try again. Not now.
Correction to it, Hindu, it is a country name. I think that's what Sirisha has mentioned. USA is missing here. Is it automatically truncated or something?
No, I don't think the file had USA. Let's check.
Or maybe the column rows. That I just want to know that it took all the data, because of file size, sometimes data will be truncated, right?
No. Okay, here preview it will be truncated, but not when you load it.
Okay, maybe that was.
Yeah, see, there is no country in the US files.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so let me do it again. Oh, BI, where are you? Okay,
maybe as you might have mentioned, it might be a preview. I saw.
Yeah.
So there is.
Yeah, that was preview. That was preview. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here, okay, we have changed the zip. Now let's follow the instructions again. Somebody else was asking question. What was that?
We have focused. It was about the transformation. Sometimes, we get, multiple options. For example, select columns, drop columns. How should we, make, like?
Select columns is select columns.
Yeah. In case we have to drop column, how shall we, like that adds a different step. Choose columns.
Yeah, that can add. Yeah, it will keep on adding steps. You don't need to worry about the steps. You just need to. I just explained. Better approach meaning. So, for example, if you want to, let's say I have removed. Let's not remove that. I have removed date column, and now I also want to remove product ID column, right? That's when it asks it. Okay, because you have done it. It has included in the same. This one, because I think this has changed the data type for zip.
Yeah.
That's why it was asking, and we are trying to change the data type again of the zip. Should we replace? So this was what it was. It wanted to replace the type as it's not integer, but it's the text. So that's what it was asking.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
Did you understand?
okay.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
the reason it was asking whether to do it or not. Otherwise, yeah. So I'm just going to remove this one. Okay, let's proceed with any other questions?
No. Thank you.
Okay, let's proceed with the lab one. Yeah, zip column, we have done it. Change column type, yeah, replace. Okay, here it is replace current, but I have added a new step. That's doesn't matter. So last two steps can impact your experience later. Okay. Okay, now what we'll do is, now let's get the data that is in Excel source called BI dimensions. We have already had a look at the data. So now what we need to do is, how do we import? Can we from Power Query itself?
No, we have to go to the desktop and use the get data like we did for the CSV.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
There is a new source as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a new source, but what source will we use?
That's an Excel.
Yeah, because it's an Excel file, you just go and import using Excel workbook. So just go Excel workbook. And then, because we have already used the data folder and US sales folder, it will take you to the same destination. So just choose the BI dimensions and then click on open. Hope everyone is with me.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's follow the instructions. Okay, now we have done the Excel file and then we have imported and then we need to choose. Okay, so now we saw only 3 sheets when we looked at BI dimensions, right? But you are seeing product table, geo, and manufacturer, and also product. So here from the list, we have to choose only these three because product table has been defined as a table within the product sheet. If we look at the sheet, let me go through that. So if we go into this one, if we look at what each one is, see, if you look at the product table, it is getting the product sheet, data from product sheet. And this also, see this one, it is looking a bit different, right? The reason is, this has not been defined as a table in Excel, whereas this is the product table that has been defined. So that is why we need to choose product table, geo, and manufacturer. Otherwise, if we choose the product, then we need to do a bit more cleaning. So we'll just go with the product table, geo, and manufacturer, and then click on OK. Any questions?
No.
Okay. So now let's go back to.
So you mean in the product table, there is already a product column in it, and for that reason, we are not selecting that?
No, I'll show you what. I'm opening BI dimensions. You don't need to open, but I'm just opening and I'll explain you what it is. Okay, these are the actual 3 sheets. If we did not define a table, see, this is a table. So if I look here, let's go enable editing. So if I look here, see, this table design comes, and if we go here, the name of the table is this. That means you are just importing just these ones. just the colored ones. Control Shift and yeah, see till here. Whereas if you choose product sheet, you will be importing this whole thing, including the Control Home, this bit as well. So that means you will have some cleaning to do.
Okay.
So that's why import the cleaned data. I'm just going to close that. Okay. So good question though. Any other questions? Nothing in the chat. Okay, let's proceed with the data. Okay, so now okay, so we have included that. And from the home tab, query editor, new. Okay, so okay, now we have to go with the additional data. I think we have imported those. That's good. Now we'll go and import the, I think, international. Yeah, new source, more, and get data. Okay, now we are going to just import straight folder. So far we have imported how many files? Two files. One is sales.csv. The other one is bi_dimensions.xlx. Now we are going to import the entire folder. The reason is, if we had a look at the files, right? All the CSV files, they are of the same format, right? So if they are of the same format in a particular folder, you can import the entire folder. That's what this is showing. Okay, so now we will import the international sales folder and then use that. So okay, so let's go back to Power Query editor, and then again go to new source, and then can you see folder here?
No.
No. So go and click on more, and then because there here it is, folder. If you can't find it here, you can also search here, and then you will get the folder. Okay, so click on that and then connect. Once you click on that and then connect, go to browse and then choose your downloads folder. I think you must have downloaded it and then pasted it somewhere, or use the downloads folder. Wherever you just go into that and choose the exact folder, the international sales folder you need to choose. Where is my folder? My folder is in Power BI classes, in the data folder, international sales folder. Okay. Once you have chosen the folder, just click on OK. Once you click on OK, you need to be able to see this. Is everyone seeing this?
Yes.
Just give a couple of minutes.
Yes.
And where can I get the files? I missed the beginning and joined the middle. Yes, you will get the recordings, and I'm going to paste the drive link as well, Syed, so that you can download the material. Yeah, you can download the material and then go through the recording. Okay. Okay, so now next one is, I think it will be combine data. Yeah, click on combine and transform data. Okay, combine and transform data. And then you can see product ID, revenue, country, and I think that's good. Okay, this is what I think Sri Devi, I think Sri, you must have seen this one and then put that comment in the chat, right? So this is just the preview. You can just say OK. And then it will load here. Even in Power Query Editor, it loads top 1000 records. When you do the actual load, it will show you the all the data. So I think everyone must have loaded the data.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so one more question. Okay, so just thank you. Okay, so now let's go to this thing again. Combine files. You will now be in Power Query Editor. So everyone seeing the query pane, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so in the query pane, see here, because we have loaded a folder, it has created a sample file. All this happens automatically. It has created a sample file, and the sample file content is australia.csv, and then it is transforming, and then the transform sample file is like this. And you can see, you can't see it here though, because it's showing only top 1000 rows. So let's leave that for now. And then what change did we do in the US file? In the sales file, sales one?
We change it
Zip
to zip
code,
data type.
Zip code, yeah. So change the zip data type to text.
Text.
Yeah. And then you can choose replace current now. And I think, okay, let's go to, okay, we have replaced that. Now within the query panes, notice that a transform file, from, yeah, I have explained that to you already. So now we should be able to remove the column of the source.name because we don't need that. So you all know how to do that. Okay, let's do that. So now what we'll do is in the Power Query Editor, you highlight the source.name and then remove the column, right click and remove, or you can use remove columns. So I'm just removing it. And now if you go to the country and then click on the drop down beside the country, you can just see Australia, right? If you load more, it should give you all the countries. So that means it is loading the data from all the CSVs. So Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, Mexico, and Nigeria. Okay. So you are just, you are just ensuring that all files have been loaded. Okay, next one is.
Indo, sorry to disturb you. So what you said on countries, so source.name we removed, so file got updated. So what you want to do in country, how to add?
Okay, so if you don't do anything, just click on the drop down here beside the country. There is a drop down. So you can see only Australia, right?
Yeah.
So just go load more. It takes a little bit of time, and then it will show you all the countries, all the 6 or 7 countries that the files we have. So Australia, Canada, Germany, Japan, Mexico, and Nigeria. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's you are just ensuring that all country files have been loaded. That's it. Okay. Okay. So now let's go back to the lab 1 and then optional step cancel. Okay. Now we are preparing the data. So Okay, now question is, do you want me to continue or shall we do it in the next class?
I'm happy to be continued.
Me too.
Okay, let's continue then.
I'm sorry. Before continuing, I have one small question. Even in international sales, in that folder, we need to convert zip into text. Is it mandatory, or in this folder have we convert?
Yes. Otherwise, you will have problems. Yes. Later on, when you are visualizing the file, when you are creating the report, you will have problem. So that's why you need to do that step. Yeah. Okay. Now what the instructions are for renaming. So let's do the renaming part. So go into sales. I think sales is sales. Let's do that. So you need to rename sales as sales. So no need to rename. Geo as geography, manufacturer, product and international space sales. So that's what we need to do. So I'm just going to do that. So go to sales. Sales is okay. Product is products, I think. And geo and hit enter. Is everyone clear as to how to rename the tables? Click on the query here, and then in the properties names, you need to change the name. Geography. Enter. Hit enter. Then it will change. And change the manufacturer. I think just the M. And you should remember that Power BI and Power Query are case sensitive, so you need to ensure that the correct case is used. So I have this one. I have renamed it correctly. Products is only product. Okay, so I'll go back and rename the products to product. Okay, so we have done that. I'm assuming that everyone has done it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's go back to the lab 1 and okay, now filling in empty values. So we are going to transform some of the things. So now there is a category column. Transform tab. Choose the fill drop down. Okay. Category column. In the category column, there is a there are some nulls, looks like. So we are going to fill it with whatever is at the top. So let's go to the category column. See here, you must have noticed mix, and then there are nulls. And then rural, there is again nulls. Have you seen that? Have you observed that? Rural, urban, see here.
Yeah.
Saw that, right? So the way to fill that is go into, okay, so here it is this thing. Okay, now right click, and then if you go fill down, did everyone do that? Okay, once you do that, so all the nulls below the mix and above the rural are filled with mix, and all the rural below the rural and above the urban are filled with rural, and the rest are filled with urban. Okay. Yeah. So that's what it does. The fill down does that. Okay.
Can you please repeat?
Okay. So I'm just going to go here. See, mix in the category column, there is a mix. And then you have null, right? After that, here you have rural. So when you right click and choose fill and down, what it does is it fills with mix till here. And then rural will be, this null will be replaced by rural until urban comes, until the next one comes.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so that's what it does. Okay, so next one is, if you go to the next one, fill down is done. And then the product query, notice the product column looks like product name. So we just need to make sure that we do the
visualize sequential positive or negative changes from your starting point or the base value. Waterfall charts are commonly used in financial analysis to discuss how net value is arrived through gains or losses over time. But to create a waterfall,
Priyanka, I have muted you. Okay, so now what we are trying to do is product ID. No, not that one. Okay, so we are trying to, okay, so this product name column, we are trying to split it by delimiter where it looks like the product column is a name and the segment. It's called segment. Okay, let's go and do that. So if we look at the product table, okay, we are in product table. See here, we have something called let's say a product name. I think these are the product names, and this might be some sort of a what do you call a segment. They are calling it a segment. So we want that to be split into two columns. So how do we do that? So click on the product column, and there is something called split column. So you can either click here and then choose by delimiter, or I can right click and split column by delimiter. And what is the delimiter here? Can anyone tell me?
Pipe.
What can you notice?
The bar.
Pipe. The pipe symbol.
Yeah, it's the pipe character. Pipe character can be found on your laptop. I think somewhere close to, I think for me it is below the backspace. In each keyboard it's different, but it looks something like this. So you need to use that. So right click on the product column and then split column and then by delimiter. Now, yeah, you can, cancel. Sorry, I was in the wrong step. So I'll just go after fill down and then right click and then split column and then by delimiter. And what is our delimiter?
Pipe.
So remove the hyphen there and then just type in pipe, because I don't think there is a pipe called pipe in the non-custom ones. So make sure you fill in the pipe character here, and also choose the you can choose, I think, each occurrence of the delimiter. I'm just expecting that there is one delimiter. So or else you can choose the leftmost delimiter or even rightmost delimiter, whatever. So for this so now what it has done is, notice that you have two columns out of one product column, and it has given the automatic name called product.1, product.2, meaning it has been split into two columns. So now we will name this column as, what is the instructions suggesting? Product 2 to segment and product dot 1 to product. Okay. Let's rename this to product, and let's rename this to segment. Okay, so now we have done that. And has everyone renamed?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so now what we will do is, now look at this price column. So now price column is what data type?
It's text.
Text data type. So what did we say as a fact? Can we use this as a fact?
No.
No, we should change it to an integer, a number
Yeah.
value.
Yeah, so we should change it to something. So how do we change it? There are a lot of ways to change it. We can use the same split column and then split column by, what can we use as the delimiter? Space as the delimiter. We can do that, but we can also do this. We can go to
We can also use column from example option.
Yeah, column from example. So go to the add column, and then you can say column from example. So from selection, you can say from selection. Okay. Make sure you highlight the price column, and then choose the column from examples, and then from selection. So what you're going to do this is, from selection, you can start typing. So I will start typing 412.13 and then enter. See, now it is showing all the price values, right? Now click on OK. So it has got all the price in that is there in the numeric value. So we have done the column for examples as well. Okay, so now you can rename that as MSRP, and then fixed decimal, change the data type to fixed decimal number. MSRP is the, okay, rename that to MSRP, and then change the data type. You can click on the ABC and then fixed decimal type, decimal number. So now it's changed to decimal. Okay, let's go again. Okay, we can create another currency column as well from examples again. This time we can choose from all columns and then do the USD. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to go column.
I'm sorry to I have one small question.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you have, we have split the column of price to MSRP, right?
Mm.
So after that, what you have done, I mean, that, I got, price and then MSRP. So
yeah. So you need to click
step
on the ABC. you need to click on the ABC and then change it to fixed decimal number.
On price or MSRP?
MSRP. We'll remove the price column altogether later on.
Fixed decimal number, right?
Yeah, fixed decimal number on the MSRP.
Okay, got it.
And then add another column from examples, and then type choose all columns and then type USD, and then rename that to currency.
Rename that to, okay. Add all columns, then I'm getting a new column USD. That is column 1.
Yeah,
so I need to rename that to USD.
Not rename, don't rename the column, but add USD in the first row.
2, 3, 2, 5.
Shall I do that again? I'll do that again. I'll remove that. Please. And then now if you go to column from examples and then click on from all columns. See, this column you don't change first. First you give the gray one USD and then enter. You will populate all the Mommy? Columns.
Mommy, are you okay?
And then rename it to currency. And then click on OK. Hopefully that is clear.
Ma'am, I have a request.
Yeah.
Can you please do it from step 52?
Step 52.
From the lab 1.
52. Okay. Okay, so you are doing, you want me to do the price one, right? MSRP one, right? Yeah, okay. Let's do that again. Yeah, okay. Let's do that again. Okay, so now I am here. I'll remove everything. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. Now I have this price here. The main goal is to split this price column into the numbers and the currency. Okay. For that, I'm going to use add column from examples. So column from examples, and I'll choose from all columns. And in the first row, I'll click the mouse and then start typing the 412.13. Because it's picking up from examples, it detects that it is from price column, and you are trying to enter the numeric part of that particular price column. So once I type this 412.13 and click on enter, it uses some intelligence and gets all the numbers that we are trying to enter. It thinks that, okay, you are trying to get the numeric part of the price. So let me suggest you that is this what you are getting. So that's why these are gray. Once you are okay with what it is doing, you can just click on OK. Once you click on OK, the new column will be created. And that column, you rename it by double clicking or right click and rename. And then you can say MSRP. That is the name of the new column. And then because this is numeric, we don't want that to be ABC, right? We don't want that to be text. So click on that and then change it to fixed decimal number. So that is the first step. Are you okay with that now?
Yeah, but I'm not getting this column from examples like you. At the
You're not
top
getting?
end. Yeah.
Okay,
it's not
so
showing on my screen.
Okay, so can you share your screen?
I think she need to click on add column on the top.
Yeah, go to add column and then column from examples. This is what you are not able to see, is it?
Yeah, I'll try. Where's the add column? Enter
At the
data?
top. At the no. You are in home then. Go to
Okay,
transform and then go to add column.
Yeah, got it. From all columns, right?
Yes, from all columns. And then try to enter in the first gray row 412.13.
Yes, done.
Okay, that's good. So everyone is able to do it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so now we will do the next one as well. Go to again column from examples, all columns. This time we will enter USD and then click on USD. Click enter, and then click on OK and then rename that to currency. Now okay, we have done the rename to currency. Yeah, that's what we have done. Ensure that you are still viewing the product query. Right click on the price column and remove the price column. Now that we have made the changes, do we need the price column anymore?
No.
Not.
So now you can right click on the price column and then remove it. Everyone with me so far?
Yes.
Anyone need help?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Who
Yes,
needs
as
help?
in.
Oh, no
all
need
good.
of help. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's proceed further. We have removed. Now removing unwanted rows. So far we have what transformations we have done. We have added columns from examples. We have split the column. We have renamed the columns and we have changed the data types. Now we are going to look at the rows. Removing unwanted rows. So in the geography query, we have 2 rows that are information only. They are not part of the data. So similarly in the manufacturer query, so we will clean those kind of rows. So let's go to the geography query first and then okay, so let's go to the geography query. Click on the geography, and here if you look at this one, what are you seeing? The top 3 rows. You have nulls, and what is the third row?
It's column headers.
Column headers. So what we will do is we will do the transformation in 2 steps. One is we need these 2 rows?
No,
right? So now go into, you all must be in add column, go to home and then click on the drop down of remove rows at the top and then click on, we are going to remove top 2 rows, right? We can remove top 2 rows because they are not any meaningful, right? So click on the remove top rows and then give the number of rows as 2. Don't give 3. If you give 3, then you will use the column headers. So just give number of rows as 2 and then click on OK. Is everyone with me so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions, Yamini?
I'm looking for the remove rows. section.
Go to home, click on home.
Okay.
At the top, and then you will have remove rows here. Click on the remove rows drop down, then you click on remove top rows.
Yeah,
and
done.
then give 2. Yeah, and then give only 2. Don't give 3.
Okay.
I
Okay,
think, ma'am, people are not clear about the transformation tab and add column tab. When to use transform tab and when to use add column.
yeah.
That's
So
why
if you can't see the menu items there, just try and search in each of the tabs. That's the
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's the rule. Okay, yeah, that's the rule you need to remember. Okay, now again you have the first row as the column headers, right? So in the home, can you spot something that you can use in the home tab?
Yes, we can use the option use first row as headers.
Yeah, so you can see the use first row as headers here, or if you click on this one, this table sort of icon, you can use the first row as headers here as well. Okay, just left click on here and then you can use now your first row became the column headers. Is everyone
Yes.
on this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone done, right? Okay, no questions as well in the chat, so that's good. Okay, now let's proceed further. Remove top rows, use first row as header. We have done that. And data type, we need to change the data type to text. Zip again. Yeah, zip also we need to change in the geography table. Okay, let's do that. And then in the manufacturer. Okay, let's go do that. Okay, first let's do the change to the zip column. Where is the zip column here?
It's the first column.
The very first one.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so here this is numeric, so just change that to text. Replace current. Okay, now we are ready with the geography table. Now click on the manufacturer. Now this manufacturer, you don't need these bottom three rows. Do you agree? If we look at the entire this thing, all nulls, right?
Yes.
So for that, again, now what do we need to do to remove these three
rows.
columns?
We can remove
rows.
null as
Remove rows.
Remove
and bottom
rows. Yes.
Remove bottom rows. And
Bottom rows. Yes. And then number
4, 5, 6, 3.
3. Number 3,
Yeah.
because we are going from the bottom. So 3.
Yeah.
And then click OK.
Yeah.
Is everyone okay with this?
we can also use the remove null option, ma'am, because 4, 5, 6 column are completely empty.
Yeah. You can do that. Okay. So now, next one is, okay. Now, next one is a bit complicated to understand. So, who understands transpose here?
Basically, it's
I
pivot
can.
to unpivot the data.
Yeah.
From horizontal to vertical line.
Yeah. So what we have is, we have those 2 rows. Hold on. I'm just trying to explain you. See here, our manufacturer table needs to be in this way. But are we seeing it in this way?
No.
No. So
no.
what we need to do is we need to transpose that. At the moment, they are like rows, right? So we need to transpose them to become as column headers.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we need to do is, oh, where is it? Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to choose transpose. Okay, let's do that. See, these ones need to be transposed into columns. Okay. So now what we need to do is, where is transpose? It's in the transform table. Yeah. Go to transform tab and then click on transpose. Just clicking this thing, you can see that you have you have 3 columns.
Yep.
One with the manufacturer name, the logo link of the manufacturer logo, and then you have the ID as well. Now, what do we do as the next step?
We need to
Looking
change
at this data.
the first row as a column header.
Yes. So click on the table-like thing and then use the first row as headers. Is everyone with me, or do we need to pause?
All good.
All good.
All good. Preeti, all good?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Okay. So that's good then. Okay. Now I think it looks good, the manufacturer's table. Let's see if we need to do some other transformations. Yeah, this we have done already. So yeah, manufacturing is also done. The properties of each of the steps can be reviewed by the gear. Yeah, that's okay. Now we need to do append queries. Do we need to, should we continue, or shall we do it in the next? Because it's almost 9 o'clock here. What do you want to do?
We can do it in the next
So
class.
they are
Then.
your,
I think it's all.
transferable skills that you can focus on. Basically,
Sorry, can't hear you properly, Mansi.
In
fact, even I wanted to request you that if you can continue for the next class.
Yeah, we will continue. Okay, let's continue for the next class. All those. So now let's, we forgot to save. So let's save it. I'm just sharing my screen again. So for saving this Power BI file, you just need to click in the Power Query Editor. You have all these transformations. So click on close and apply, and then close and apply. Now, once we click on close and apply, the Power Query Editor window closes, and then the data loads on the Power BI desktop. You need to wait till all the data loads, and then you will be ready to save the file. Yeah, so now you will not see anything in this, but you can see in the data section, you can see all the tables that you have loaded. Now you can click on File, Save, and then you can give the name once it asks. It is okay. I've saved it as lab 1, so that's what it is. So thanks, Prithvi. I'll combine this as well.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So I can save it anywhere, right? Like
yeah, you can save it anywhere.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, one day you can't do too much, so let's stop here. But whoever has questions can stay. But before that, Can I request all of you to, shall we take a picture? I don't know whether we can, what do you call, we can meet in person, but just want to, if you are okay. Maybe I'll take a together mode because everyone is not coming. How do we go together mode? I forgot.
It's on the view section, ma'am. View tab.
View tab. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Thanks. I'll just wait for a couple of minutes.
Sorry, I cannot on the camera. My laptop
No
is
worries.
playing up.
No worries. No worries. I'll go print screen. Let everyone come. Medha is not on in the switching on. Okay, I'm taking a picture. So smile, please. Let me see how. Oh, no, not yet. Let me see how we got it. Looks like I'm not able to. I did not take a picture. I'll take it again. Sorry. Okay, smile, please. Why is it not coming? Just give me 1 minute. Paint. Oh, it's running on battery. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, I think one more addition, right? Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, if anyone has any questions, please stay. I'll stop the recording as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
No
you.
worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
No worries.